Juju sounded less like a critic and more like a man who has not only seen the future but also drafted the soundtrack. But Malema's storytelling doesn't stop at Luthuli House. He always expands outward to global politics, and so he turned his attention to the United States with the familiarity of someone reviewing a restaurant he has no intention of dining at, blaming the deterioration of SA-US relations not just on President Donald Trump, but on the influence of the pro-Israel lobby, insisting that the real tension stems from South Africa's stance on Palestine, which, in his view, has placed the country on the hostile nations list in Washington. He dismissed the Americans' outrage over the controversial EFF recruitment video featuring armed militants, arguing that the clip was simply a convenient excuse for a long-brewing ideological fallout, and then delivered his most viral line of the day.
His attempt at unilaterally inviting and uninviting countries to the G20 simply because of his political interest further confirms the assessment that Donald Trump is the new Hitler that the world is faced with, and failure to recognize this reality will result in devastating consequences for the global political and economic order. The EFF
Malema argued that South Africa needs to brace for a long-term showdown with Western powers and stop seeking approval from countries that interfere everywhere except in their own problems. A jab that landed with the precision of a man who has spent a decade collecting American hypocrisies like fridge magnets. By the time he wrapped up, the 13-minute briefing had already transformed into a full national conversation. Clips circulated across X faster than electricity during peak load shedding. Supporters praised him as a fearless truth teller. Critics accused him of theatrics, and the country settled into its usual posture, half amused, half alarmed, fully addicted to the spectacle. In the end, Malema achieved what Malema always achieves. He inserted himself squarely at the center of the year's final political headline, reaffirming his unmatched skill at blending humor, warning, prophecy, and entertainment into a single performance, and leaving South Africans with the uneasy, exhilarating feeling that whatever happens in 2026, the EFF commander-in-chief will not only comment on it, he will narrate it like a man who believes history is listening. As we close on Second Take, the themes are unmistakable. Bravery comes with cost, influence travels faster than justice, and power is both a weapon and a responsibility. In a country where every act reverberates beyond the individual, this week leaves us with a stark truth. In South Africa, nothing is merely personal, and everything is political.